and welcome to this month's product update webinar for Open Enterprise Server. My name's Robin Redgrave, and with me today, I have a room full of developers, which is great. So I'm talking to you from Bangalore. I'm over here just before the TTP conference kicks off on Saturday. And with me in the room, I've got, among other people, Girish, the product manager, who'll give us an update in a moment. And we've got Mike, who's going to keep an eye on the Q&A that you've got coming in. So if you've got any questions as we're going through, then hit the three dots in the bottom right, I think it is, of your screen, and you'll get the Q&A panel come up. And you can put any questions in there. And we've got Sanjay, who's going to be taking us through some changes that we've done to UMC. And we've got some of his colleagues here who will be looking at the questions as well. But before we get on to that, let's just move forward a slide. As I said, we're here in Bangalore for the Bangalore Developer Conference. This gives you a chance to meet our developers. Many of our products are developed here in the Indian Development Center, or IDC. And I know most probably some of you out there are here already in Bangalore or will be arriving in the next few days. So do please come and say hello to me, Mike, and Girish, and any of the other developers that you find around. And we're quite happy to chat to you and answer any questions that you may have. But before we get on to the UMC side of things, Girish, did we have a release recently of OES?
Hey, Robin. Hi, hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you're joining. That's right, Robin. So if we can, let's move the slide forward a bit. So yes, we did have a release. So the Open Enterprise Server 24.4 came out just a month ago towards the end of October. So if you haven't already updated, please take a look at the changes that have come in through the 24.4 update. We have a community post covering most details, and the documentation is updated with all the changes, and as well as the support notifications would have been sent out to you about the 24.4 release. So primarily, we have the enhancements in the Unified Management Console with additional actions and functions on the DFS management as well as the SMS management. And we've also brought in the Identity Console as an installation directly under the OES ISO, and we will also be shipping patches and updates to it over the channel in future. So we've also added the ability to protect SIFs with additional factor of authentication. So I believe we covered that in a few webinars ago. I hope these sounds interesting to you. And apart from these enhancements and features, we have also included fixes to the issues that customers have reported, and as well as security updates to the underlying SLES 15 SP4 operating system. So that's on the 24.4, and I think quite a few of you have already installed the 24.4 update, and we have. I would just like to remind again that before you upgrade to the 24.4, you must remove any existing Identity Console installation, because the 24.4 is going to bring in an Identity Console along with the UMC upgrade or the UMC installation. So if you're on a server on which the Unified Management Console is installed, an IC is installed as well. So just please remove that NT console before you do the upgrade. That's number one. And also, we have merged the iPrint Advanced and the iPrint into a single pattern called iPrint Advanced, and that would replace the normal iPrint. So this means you would get additional capabilities of the iPrint Advanced at no additional cost. You will get the iPrint desktop license included with your OES purchase. Please head over to the software licenses and download page so you can download the iPrint desktop license and apply that. We noticed that after the upgrade to the 24.4, and if you have been running normal iPrint, you would have to complete the iPrint configuration after the upgrade to start seeing all the printers as an administrator in the new print console. But if you want to bring back the older URL, that's the /IPP, you would have to run a script. So all of this information is covered in the documentation and as well as in a community post that our support expert, Gonzalo, has put together nicely on the community site. And also, there was another incorrect end of support warning that you would get either while upgrading from the 23.4 or after updating to the 24.4 and trying to find if there are any available updates. If you are using the YAST online update option to install the updates, please ignore this warning because this is incorrect, and this will not affect any of the functionality or the supportability of your installation. Please refer to the product support lifecycle page, which is included in the community post, for which we have included the link in the presentation for the accurate end of support dates for these releases. And a few of you have also reached out asking for the ability to update to 24.4 using the SUSE Manager. We are working with SUSE to bring the 24.4 update into the SUSE Manager. That requires a patch to be released on SUSE Manager by SUSE, which we are working with them at the moment. So we are going to have those. We're going to have that available beginning January 2025. That's the next available cycle for the SUSE Manager release, and that's where we would start seeing the 24.4 updates through the SUSE Manager. So if you're using SUSE Manager for patching your servers, just give us a shout so we will know at least how many of you are actually using this platform, this method to install the updates. So I would not take a lot of time here. So just so you know, our primary goal is to complete the unified management console. So as we go into the 2025, we will start seeing more additions into the unified management console. So we're going to be adding Linux user management and the business continuity clustering management into the unified management console by the January 2025. And we are also working on the print management APIs. So they are going to become the base for bringing iPrint management into the unified management console by 25.2 there. The SLES updates will keep flowing in these quarterly updates, but we will also going to make a move to the next SLES base in the 25.4 release. So at the moment, this looks like we are going to be updating to SLES 15 SP7 along with the 25.4 release, but we are yet to get more details from SUSE on the next code base after this SLES 15. So we're gonna be taking a call based on the version that's going to be available to us by the mid of 2025, so that we can begin that work and have that new SLES base available to you with the OES 25.4 release. So that's on the releases. So we continue to do these quarterly releases, and these quarterly releases will also include the security updates and the fixes to the customer reported issues. So are there any questions that we should be addressing at the moment, Mike, Robin? Okay, thanks. Let's move forward, please. So we are going to be making an interim release before the 25.1. 24.4.1 is the next release in the line. We are pretty close to shipping this release. We have completed all the development and most of the testing, so it's in the final legs of being certified for the release. So the 24.4.1 is going to include the Linux user management, which we will cover in depth today. Sanjay is going to take us through the Linux user management and how does it look in the unified management console, what has changed, and how we have simplified the Linux user management using the unified management console. Along with that, we would also include the management of business continuity clustering. Again, please leave a note in the Q&A or the chat if you are using BCC in your implementation. So we would like to know. We would like to take your feedback on the work that we have been doing on the business continuity clustering management. We are not going to cover that today, but we will cover that in depth in a future webinar. For those of you that are attending the TTP, we are probably going to do an upgrade workshop and also an unified management console workshop. So where we are going to go in depth of these and do the hands-on during the TTP. And if you see this, if you're a partner and you see this is going to add value to the customers that you're representing, please let us know. We would be able to bring these workshops to a location closer to you so that you can have your customers join them as well. The 24.4.1 is going to be available in December and will be available over the channel for you to install. For those that are still relying on SUSE Manager, sorry, we are going to have the 24.4 itself available only in January, so we'll have to wait out a little bit for this update to be available on SUSE Manager. So if, at the moment, if there are no questions, or is there any questions that we should be taking now?
One point, because Robin didn't mention it, and you also not. So there are plans to have a TTP or develop. No, it's not a developer conference. It's a TTP coming up in Europe, and the plans are actually to take that TTP in Germany this time, but in the open office. In the open text office in Grasbrunn, close to Munich. So keep that in mind, make a remark, put it on your table. So it's planned at the end of February. So we will talk about it in one of the other webinars in detail.
Thank you. Girish, there's one question that's come up from Kevin. He's just asking if 25.4 on the will support IPS mode, but validated kernel, etc.
That's a pretty good question. So we're gonna be taking the eDirectory 9.3 or whichever the latest available version at that point in time, and we will take a call on whether we can consume the FIPS certified eDirectory there. But like we mentioned in the previous update, the ability to be fully FIPS compliant relies on the protocol specification, the CIFS protocol specification, because that's the one that's gonna stop us from being fully FIPS compliant. But we will keep an eye out and see if this will be a possibility for us by the 25.4 release. Thanks for that.
Great. Thank you very much. So I think we've got everything covered then?
Right. I think there is someone left a question in the chat window.
Okay, Mike, please.
We have a OES 2023 customer who completely skipped the upgrade to 24.x. Now they have asked me whether it will be possible to jump from 2023 to 25.1. You could you could actually do the down media upgrade from 2023 to 24.4, and then you can come to 25.1 through the channels. So the 25.1 is not out yet. So just to be clear on that. So the currently available latest release on OES is 24.4. And that's an IS4 release, so you can actually do a down media upgrade straight from 2023 to 24.4. And when we ship 24.4.1 and 25.1, they will be available over the channel, and they can install that update. We do not support channel upgrade from 2023 to 24.4 directly, so that the channel upgrade is only supported from the 23.4 to the 24.4. I hope the room full of developers, I just want to make sure I'm not stating anything incorrect here. Okay, they are nodding, so that's good.
Yeah, they're all nodding. So I guess you got it right. Well done. Okay, there's one more question from Kevin here, asking that would they use SUSE Manager for SUSE Linux Enterprise, not for OES? Can they use that for OES?
Right. So we have several accounts that use SUSE Manager for patching both SUSE Linux and as well as the OES. So it is possible, and all the updates on the 23.4 up to 24.3 are available over the SUSE Manager as well. It's the 24.4 which is not available, and we are working with SUSE to have that updated soon. So by January, you should have 24.4 as well. So we have that's probably the advantage if you're using SUSE Manager, that you can patch both just the vanilla SLS and as well as the OES boxes. SUSE Manager may not support installing updates to other servers like iPrint appliance or Filer and so on and so forth. It's only the OES that we sync.
But Kevin, you have already the solution in your lab. So use ZenWorks for all of those, and then you are happy, and you are also able to use, as we call it, frozen patch level, and that also works well with the appliances. So think about it, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask.
That's right. I think that's all about the release updates, and I think there's a lot to cover for Sanjay. I think let's take the rest of the questions towards the end and give Sanjay a chance to.
Great. Thank you very much, Girish, for that update. And so over to you, Sanjay. Let's learn a little bit about what you've added to UMC.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the presentation and demo of not audible?
Here, mic's open.
Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone to the presentation and demo of UMC Linux User Management. So why Linux User Management? So it enables the e-directory users to actually access the POSIX based Linux workstations. So you can actually enable LUM enable the user and also LUM enable the groups. So they will be able to access the Linux POSIX workstations easily. So slide. Okay, why Linux user management? So as we all know, OES manages users and groups through e-directory services. But in the Linux, users and groups are locally managed according to the POSIX standards. So in any case, e-directory users wants to access the POSIX Linux systems, then they will not be able to access it because of the additional parameters that POSIX standards provide, like GID, UID, etc. So LUM will come in here and it will give the directory users the GID and UID and other parameters required by the POSIX standards, and it will be and the users and groups will be able to access the Linux workstations which are having POSIX standards. So this is the main reason why LUM is required. So LUM, it is already present in the iManager, and we are introducing that in the UMC now. So there might be a little naming convention changes, nomenclature changes in the UI. So as we go through the demo, if we encounter any naming changes, we will address that. So let's see what are the
Robin trying to do his tricks and he moved us back in time.
So let's see what are the different functionalities or features that are available in the Linux user management in the UMC. The first one is managing Linux configuration. In this, we have two sections, which is Linux config listing and Linux config modification. And the next one is workstation listing and actions related to the workstation. Next we have is view LUM enabled services. The fourth one is managing groups. In this, we have list groups, add groups, create a group, remove group or groups, remove all, and view users. We'll go in detail on all these functionalities during the demo. So next is the managing users. So here we will have listing the users and add user functionalities. We'll move on to the demo then. Okay, so the LUM plugin is available under users and groups section here. So when you click on the LUM, you'll be seeing a page like this. Let me clear all the filters. So here you have two tabs. One is the workstation and the other one is the Linux configuration tab. So we will come back to this tab later in the demo. So first we'll start with the workstations. So the first topic is workstation listing and the action menu associated with these workstations. So as we all know, we can either select the containers through this search text, or we can browse to the tree. So I'll be doing that here, browsing through the tree and selecting some containers. So here you have a list of workstations that are under these containers. So the containers that I've selected, all these containers have 4 workstations here. And the columns, as you can see, are the name. Name is self-explanatory, that is the workstation name. And the container where the workstation is residing. Groups is nothing but how many groups the workstation is having. So yeah, and all the other common UMC functionalities you have, like search, refresh, export, and column selectors, etc. So coming to the actions that can be performed on these workstations, you just have to click on one, or you can also have multiple workstation selections. So you'll have this action menu where you'll have five options as of now. So yeah, you can select any one of these actions that you want to perform on this particular workstation that you have selected. Okay, that's it on the.
Sanjay, sorry for interrupting. These are the count of the groups. Sorry.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the groups count is the number of directory groups that have access to the workstation, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So that's it about the listing, and we will have about the action and the actions associated with the workstation. So next we will take on the view LUM enabled services. So this is also similar. You have to come to the workstation tab, and you'll have to select all your containers and list your workstations. Then you have to click on any of the workstations that you want to view the LUM enabled services. and you have to click the action menu. At the last, you will see view LUM enabled services option. So if you are clicking on that, so you'll be seeing that page. So you can also have multiple selection and view multiple workstations as well. So this is the listing page of the LUM enabled services. So you'll have sorting as well and workstation sorting as well. So that's it on the workstation view LUM enabled services. Next, we will jump into manage groups functionalities. So here also you'll have to list the workstation first, and you have to select the workstation on which you want to manage the groups. So again, click on the action button and you'll have the manage group options. So right now I'm taking a single selection. You can do the same for the multiple selection as well. So click on the manage group. So this is the group that is associated with that workstation. So there is only one group right now associated with this 224. So this group is LUM enabled group, and it has 3 users, and these 3 users are also LUM enabled. This group might have 5 users as well, but it is not listing here because maybe the other 2 are not LUM enabled. Then you have the container column, and if you want to see the workstation column as well, you can select it from here. So these 3 are the default columns, and as usual you'll have advanced filter as well. So next we will see what are the actions that are associated with the yeah.
You can minimize the advanced filter. No, we don't have any filters there.
Okay. Okay, I'll select this workstation because it will have multiple groups, so it will be easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, next is the actions that you can perform on this group. So you can select this group. It can be an individual group selection. You'll have 2 options always. One is the view users and one is the remove. So what view users will do is whatever the number of users that is listing here. So the LUM enabled users, you can see who they are. So as you can see, the 3 users are listed here: admin, FAP user 1, FAP user 6. So their containers and their primary group and the secondary group. If you want to see the workstation as well, you can find it in the select column selector. And you'll also have the container advanced filter if you want to filter these results, and also you can filter them using the workstations. So that is the first action. So that action can be performed on the multiple group selections as well. So next action is remove action. So what we can do is you can select multiple multiple groups and remove the group, or you can select a single one and remove the group. So if you click on remove, it will show you a dialog. We want to continue that revokes the workstation access for all users associated with it. That means all the users associated with that group will also be removed from the workstation. So they will not have access to that workstation. So once you remove, you'll get a notification saying that the group OT3 has been removed. So yeah, that is the 2 actions that you can perform on the listings here. Next is we can move to the actions button that is present on top right. So here also we have 2 options. One is add group. So this is the naming chain that I was mentioning. So add group is nothing but LUM enabling a group which is not already LUM enabled. So that is the meaning of this add group. And remove all groups. So this will actually remove all the groups that are present in this list. So if I click on this, you'll get a remove all groups button and a confirmation button. So I'll not be doing that right now. So if you want to remove all the groups, so you can just select the confirm. Next, we will go to the next functionality, which is add group. So actions and select add group. So you'll move on to this page. So here you have on the left hand side, you can see groups, settings, and summary pages. So here what we can do is these are the list of groups that are both in LUM enabled and not LUM enabled. So if you want to let's say here also you can do multiple selections of groups. So I will be selecting this group and we'll see the settings for this selections what we have. So as you can see, we have three settings here. The first one is enable LUM for all users in the selected group, which means whatever group that we have selected in the previous page. So for all the users in that group will be LUM enabled. So second one is enable LUM for specific users in the selected group. So whatever group you have selected, you want only specific users to be LUM enabled, then you can select this option. And the third option, you don't want any user to be LUM enabled in that particular selected group. You only want to enable the group itself, then you can use the third option. So I will be going with the third option first. Before that, so you can select the groups here from the list. Otherwise, if you want to create a new group and you want to LUM enable that group, here is a create group button, which you can use and you can create a group. So I'll just create a sample group. You can also select the container where you want this group to be situated. So I'll select that, and you have three options here: dynamic group, nested group, and set owner. So you can select any of these options based on your requirement. So I'll just confirm, and we'll have this OT group. So this will be popped in the search button because for the ease of the user, so that the user can easily select the group that he wants to LUM enable. So that's the default behavior of this create group. So right now I will be selecting this group and I will be enabling only the group first. So next, I'll have to select the Linux configuration here in this page, and so you'll have a warning if you are warning, or we can say an information if you are selecting a container, selecting a configuration that is in a different container compared to the workstation that you have selected at the beginning. So if that is the case, then you will get an information. This will not hinder the progress. You can just move to the next page. So here you can see the summary of all the selections that you have made. And if you click finish button, that group will be enabled. You can see a notification that LUM is enabled for the group, and that group here earlier it was not there in the list. You can see that this group has come inside the list. So that means that this group is LUM enabled, but it doesn't have any users that are LUM enabled for this group. So we will LUM enable some of the users for this group. So as you can see, there are 6 users. All 6 are not LUM enabled. So we will go ahead and do that. So here for this scenario, we will select this second one. So here enable LUM for specific users. So if you notice, if you select this second one, you'll get another page called users. So we will go see what are the things that we can do here. So here is a list of all the users that are associated with this group. So I'll just enable Carl. So you can see that primary group selection is available. If you want to change the primary group, if it is associated with multiple groups, then there will be multiple names, group names here. So you can select any one of them. The second group will become the secondary group. So I'll select A group as the primary group and click on next. As usual, select the config and you'll get the information if it is a different container, and then next, then I'll finish. So it says the LUM is enabled for group and user Carl. So also you can see that this group earlier it had 0 users, now it has 1 user. That means if you go and view users, that Carl is LUM enabled for this group.
Sanjay, I think the reason for the requirement to have a primary group is due to the Linux POSIX standards, right? So you cannot have a user without a group. So this is why we need to have at least a primary group selected before adding before enabling user for Linux access. I think as I see this, one thing I feel probably would be interesting is if you could have, when you select that group, if you could have an option to probably enable the users from that group directly as an action under that instead of having to go through the group selection again would be nice.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. So that is the functionality about the add group. So next we will move on to the manage users functionality. So again, we have to go back to the workstation listing page. There again, normally you can select one or two workstations, and you can always select the action button, and you can go to the manage users page. So here there are no action items as such on this user list. So it is just a page that lists all the users that are available on this workstations. The only action you can perform is the add user action. So if you want to add enable a particular user on this workstation, then you can use this add user option and you can enable them. So let's go through this add user functionality. Okay. So here we have the user listing of all the container that we have selected. So this list also contains users that are LUM enabled already and that are not LUM enabled as well. So here I'll be selecting a user and we'll move on to the next page. So we will I will select a group, and then as usual we have to select the Linux configuration and then the summary and then finish. So you'll have the notification which says the URUS has been added to this workstation. So if you search here, so this has been listed here. So that means that this user has been LUM enabled. So that's it on the manage users functionality. So we will move on to the next tab, which is Linux configuration listing. So this tab actually lists all the Linux configurations and also the parameters the Unix configuration has. For example, like group end ID, last assigned group ID, user end ID, and last assigned user ID. So if you want to modify these parameters, you will have a modify button here. So you can click that. Then you can see all the parameters, the like POSIX start ID, POSIX end ID, last assigned ID for both group ID and users. So POSIX start ID is the ID where you'll if you create if you LUM enable a group, so basically it will be 0. If you LUM enable a group, the group ID will be starting from 0. If you give 60, it will start from 60. So basically, as we all know in OES, the POSIX start ID starts from 600. So if a group is LUM enabled, then the first ID that will be assigned will be 600. And this is the POSIX end ID. This is the range that we can use to assign the IDs. Last assigned ID is nothing but if you LUM enable a group and the ID assigned is 624, then that will become the last assigned ID. And the next group that you LUM enable, it will be 625. So the same, it is the same for the user as well. The reuse ID toggle is used. So because if there are any POSIX, if there are any group IDs that are released into the pool, and if you want to reuse the released IDs, then you can toggle this reuse ID button so that the free GIDs and UIDs will be used. So
I
Yeah.
think the flow we have missed in the map first option. We have missed
add group.
yeah, add group. Selecting the first option.
Okay.
You know,
Yes,
just have that one.
Yeah. So yeah, add groups can be actually accessed from here as well. So we'll have to go to manage groups. Then in the actions, you can see the add group button. So I'll be selecting, I covered this on the first option. Enable lump for use. Okay. Okay. If I miss that, then okay, I'll select that. And what this will do is it will enable all the users for the particular selected group. So you go ahead and do that. So again, you have to select the Unix configuration. Next, then finish. You can see that LUM is enabled for a group and all its users. So you can see that group has been added here and it had 2 users and both of them are LUM enabled. You can see from this view users list. I think I've covered all the functionalities. Thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask now.
We'd like to ask about creating workspace knowledge.
So if you've got any questions there, do type them into the Q&A panel. That'd be great. And I think this probably will take just general OES or iPrint questions as well if you want to ask those as well. And there's a question here from Marco asking about Linux configuration. Yeah.
So it's a Linux. Okay, yeah, I think that I guess Sanjay initially called out that there are few terminologies that probably has received a change. I'm guessing, Marco, you're referring to the Unix configuration. It has been renamed as the Linux configuration, but it's essentially the same. There is no change in the way it behaved before UMTR when you're configuring the same from iManager. That's the same.
Girish is clarifying there, Marco's saying on the second tab, Linux configuration.
Sanjay, can you bring that up, please? Yeah, if you could go to the Linux configuration. I think maybe we did not. So this would list all the Linux configuration objects that are that have been created in the tree. So I think at the moment, how many? Okay, so Mike has a question here.
Yeah.
So I think this is okay. This is probably a trick question that Mike is trying to ask. So can you guys please tell me how many what configurations that you're gonna see when you go to this page in your environment? Can somebody guess that?
So the Unix configuration typically is a general configuration.
Right.
So we have one that is
So if you did, sorry, if you did have one moment, please. Sorry, I think probably this is this probably in a long time we are all in the same room here, and we are trying to figure out whose microphone is on, whose speakers are on. Sorry about that. So right, so if you did have multiple configurations, so you would actually see them all under here. So this is the configuration that actually defines the range of the user and the group IDs that you would assign when you are going to LUM enable a group or a user, right? So Sanjay mentioned that there is, if you can, Sanjay, if you can pop out that the configuration. So it has the start ID and the end ID and as well as the last assigned ID. So if you are going to go into LUM enabling group and its users and you select this Unix configuration, so then it would take the range of group and user IDs based on this configuration object. So if you had more than one, then you could actually then select any one of those config objects. Ideally, it is that you have the config object that is coming directly in the container where the workstation is present, or just in one of its parent containers. So if you're selecting a workstation from a different container and the config object is in a different container, then I think that's where Sanjay showed that it's just going to show a warning that you might probably be using the config object that may not be meant for your workstation. But you could, if you know what you're doing, then you can just go ahead like Sanjay did in the demo. So reuse ID, while it's there, I think I probably ask Mike. So is that a great idea to reuse the ID? So, I mean, essentially, if you do use the reuse ID, then you would have the ability, if you have deleted a user or a group, then that ID can be reassigned to the next. If the range is exhausted, then that ID can be reassigned to a new next user that you want to enable. But the downside of that is that if you had provided rights for that ID, then that user will now start receiving access to all the workstations on which that ID is already existing. So in most cases, it would be best that it is turned off, which is the default. But exercise some caution if you're going to turn that on. Make sure that you're not providing more access than required for that user. Robin, sorry, I think you were going to go into the questions. I interrupted you.
Not at all. I think actually that the last of the questions there. So if you do have anything you want to post there, just asking anything in general about OES or indeed iPrint, then do. Let's just give you a moment to come up with anything if you want. Doesn't look like anyone's going to post anything. So what I suggest is that we close this down early this month. And just to remind you that next month in December, we're not going to be having OES webinar in the gap between Christmas and New Year. So the next OES webinar is going to be at the end of January. And indeed, I need to set up all those events. And so apologies, I suspect you'll be getting a whole load of appointments coming through at some point in the next few weeks for the events next year. Otherwise, thank you very much to Sanjay. Thank you, Girish. And thank you, Mike, on the Q&A, and the other guys in the room and girls answering questions behind me. So thank you very much, and next year. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.